Hello everyone, welcome to Deepti's biology class. We have completed spermatogenesis till now, and let's see which are the hormones that affect the process of spermatogenesis. The hormone here we are going to study is gonadotropin-releasing hormone. So three hormones are written here. One is this one, another is these two hormones. So total three hormones I have written here. Please understand this point. These hormones are not produced by the male reproductive system such as the testes. We know the male gonad is testis, but these three hormones are actually not produced by the testis. These hormones are produced which will stimulate the gonad, that is testis, to produce the more hormone. So just I am writing here, you just see here. The first hormone, gonadotropin-releasing hormone. This hormone is going to help in the production of two hormones, which are there. One is follicle stimulating hormone and the another one is luteinizing hormone. Now, this hormone, gonadotropin-releasing hormone, is produced by hypothalamus. Now, hypothalamus produces this releasing hormone. This hormone will act on anterior lobe of pituitary. We know pituitary gland is master gland, right? Anterior lobe of pituitary. Now, pituitary will produce these two hormones, which are the follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. So, hypothalamus releases the releasing hormone. That releasing hormone will reaches to the anterior pituitary. Now, anterior pituitary will produce two hormones, which are the follicle stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormone. Now, these two hormones will help the testis to produce the hormone testosterone. So, when the question is there, which is the male sex hormone, the answer is testosterone. Which structure produces testosterone? Testis. How testis is able to produce testosterone? By the action of these type of hormones, that we will see exactly which one it is, but somewhat the testis activity is because of these two hormones. I am not telling that exactly testis produce testosterone with the help of these two hormones. Just you remember, the activity of the testis is with the help of these two hormones, which are the follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. Which structure produces follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone? By anterior pituitary. How anterior pituitary produces this? When hypothalamus secrete gonadotropin releasing hormone, it will reaches to the pituitary gland, anterior lobe of pituitary. Now, the pituitary gland will produce two hormones, which are the follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. These two will act on testis. So, different activities will take place in testis. One such activity is the releasing of testosterone hormone. So, we'll see this thing, right? Now, gonadotropin releasing hormone is a hormone secreted by the hypothalamus. Its level increases significantly at puberty. Increased level of gonadotropin releasing hormone stimulate two gonadotropins. Which are the gonadotropins? So, this is gonadotropin releasing hormone, which will help the gonadotropin to be released by which are the follicle stimulating hormone as well as luteinizing hormone. So, releasing hormone is secreted by hypothalamus, right? So, releasing hormone is secreted by hypothalamus, and gonadotropins are, which are the gonadotropins? FSH and LH, luteinizing hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, these are produced by the anterior pituitary. So, we have seen hypothalamus secretes gonadotropin releasing hormone, RH, right? Releasing hormone. This will act on pituitary. Pituitary, whatever it secretes, it will act on the gonad. What is the gonad? Gonad here is testis. So, hypothalamus secrete gonadotropin releasing hormone. Releasing hormone will be coming to the pituitary gland. Which pituitary? Anterior lobe of pituitary. Pituitary now will secrete two hormones, which are the FSH and LH. They will act on the gonad. What is the gonad here? The gonad is testis. Right? Now, the follicle stimulating hormone act on Sertoli cells. We know Sertoli cells nourishes those spermatogonium, or while spermatogenesis, whatever nourishment is required, that is provided by the Sertoli cells. It stimulates release of some factors that help in the process of spermatogenesis, and these factors which are released by Sertoli cells will act as the nourishment, right? So in other way we can say FSH is going to act on Sertoli cells. What about LH or luteinizing hormone? This act on Leydig cells. We know in the interstitial space there is Leydig cells that stimulates the synthesis and secretion of androgen, and the androgen is testosterone. So testosterone is also termed as androgen. So what is androgen? Androgen is the male sex hormone, right? Testosterone is the androgen. So what is FSH act on Sertoli cells? Luteinizing hormone will help in the production of, which act on Leydig cell and help in the production of androgen. What is the androgen here? Testosterone. Testosterone. What is testosterone? Which is the male sex hormone that is required for the process of spermatogenesis, development of sexual organs, right? Secondary sexual characters in male, all these things, this hormone testosterone is required. Now, let's see the structure of sperm. This is the structure of sperm. The sperm structure consists of a head, a small portion which called neck, and there is a middle piece. This much is the middle piece, right? Then there is a tail. So the sperm consists of head, neck, middle piece or tail. Neck is not that visible, so in majority of the time in explanation you will see the head, middle piece and the tail, right? Now when you talk about the head, this now you have to remember this entire sperm is covered by plasma membrane. It is labeled only here, but you understand this entire structure is labeled covered with plasma membrane. The entire structure is covered with plasma membrane. This much is the head. This much is the head. Now this structure which is here is the nucleus, which means inside the head there is nucleus. This nucleus is haploid because we know this sperm is haploid structure, right? It is gamete. So the head contains the nucleus. This nucleus has these all chromosome material. Now head also has a projection. This structure, we see if this is the head, if this is the head, inside the head what is there? There is nucleus. Now on this head there is a cap like structure. This structure, this cap like structure is termed as acrosome. Acrosome contain many digestive enzymes. Suppose if this is the ovum, right? The sperm will be this way, this sperm will be there, and the head of the sperm will have this acrosome. Now this acrosome will release some of the enzymes. That enzyme is going to rupture the wall or the membrane of the ovum and help this sperm to enter or to inject the sperm nucleus. So understand this way, whenever there is fertilization, that means ovum and sperm need to be fused. So this is the ovum, this is the sperm, need to be fused. The entire sperm is not going to enter into the ovum. Instead, the sperm need to inject this nucleus into the ovum. For the injection of the nucleus, what need to be done? The membrane of the ovum need to be, this membrane need to be removed. That is done by the acrosome. Acrosome helps the sperm to rupture the membrane of the ovum so that this nucleus can be injected into the ovum, right? So where is acrosome present? Acrosome is present at the head. So what all things are there in the head? The entire structure is covered by plasma membrane. The head consists of a large haploid nucleus which is completely filled, that contain this chromosome materials. Apart from that, there is acrosome. Acrosome is going to have some of the enzyme that will help while fertilization to rupture the membrane or to penetrate this or to inject this nucleus into the ovum by rupturing the membrane of this particular ovum, that means female sex cell. Now neck is the region which connects head with the middle piece. Middle piece has importance because of the presence of mitochondria. So these all ribbon shaped mitochondria we can see. What is the function of mitochondria? Mitochondria releases energy or which stores energy. This energy is required for the tail to swim towards the female reproductive structure. So we know that the sperms which are secreted in millions of number, which is removed or which is released into the vagina. From the vagina it has to reach till the fallopian tube. I have already told you at the ampulla there will be fertilization takes place. So the sperm has to travel to a long distance it has to travel, right? That traveling is done with the help of this tail. The tail will help the sperm to swim. How the tail help? By using the energy which is stored in the mitochondria. Where is the mitochondria present? Mitochondria is present in this middle piece. So let's see it point wise, right? So the structure of sperm. It consists of a head, neck, middle piece and tail. Plasma membrane covers the whole body of the sperm. The head portion of the sperm contains a haploid nucleus as we have already discussed. Now the anterior portion of the head contains acrosome. The anterior, so this structure is acrosome. Acrosome is a structure that is filled with a digestive enzyme that helps in the dissolving of the membrane of the egg cell or ovum and help in the fertilization with the ovum. Now what about middle piece? This contains numerous mitochondria that produce energy for the movement of the tail. This is important for the motility of the sperm. What is motility? Motility means the ability to swim or the ability to move, which is essential for fertilization. Now, these are some of the fact which is given. During ejaculation, 200 to 300 million sperms are released. At least 60% of them are normal and 40% are vigorously motility. That means they are extra active. It is not that all the sperms which are produced are going to be exactly active and capable to fertilize. Like see, we will see at a particular stage, if this is the ovum, when the sperm is released, they start traveling. Majority of them will be destroyed by the acidity and all those things which are present in the female reproductive tract, and few will be reaching towards the ovum, and they all will surround this ovum, and the one which is able to destroy or rupture the membrane of, see, first come first policy is here. The first come first. The one who is capable to inject its nucleus into the ovum for the first time will fertilize with it. It is not that all the sperms are going to fertilize with. The one which comes first is going to penetrate into the ovum. Once the nucleus is penetrated, this ovum is going to form a thick wall. When this thick wall or thick membrane is formed, further entry of the sperm got prevented. So the first come first policy is there when fertilization takes place. So these are some fact only. Some are normal shape and size will be there. 40 are more vigorous in case of motility at all, right? Now semen, we have already told what is semen, right? It is a milky white organic fluid released by the penis during ejaculation. It consists of sperm and the fluid secreted by all the accessory ducts and accessory glands, such as, see, these structures we have studied, right? Ducts are also producing some mild secretion. We have not studied in detail what is produced by accessory ducts, but just understand there are some mild secretions which are also produced by epididymis, vas deferens, as well as the glands such as seminal vesicle, prostate gland and bulbourethral glands. These were the three accessory glands which were present, right? The testicular hormone, what is that hormone? Testicular hormone, testosterone. So testicular hormone, androgen, testosterone, these all are same hormones. Maintain the functions of the male accessory ducts and glands. In overall, the male reproductive system is maintained by the testicular or testosterone or androgen hormone. So you need to study about the structure of the sperm, and as well as few things more you have to remember is which structure produces gonadotropin-releasing hormone and which structure is going to produce FSH and LH, and what is the function of each. FSH will act on Sertoli cells. We know Sertoli cell is for to nourish those structures which are formed at the time of spermatogenesis. What about luteinizing hormone? It will act on Leydig cell. This way you can remember, luteinizing also start with L, Leydig cell also L. So what it produce? It produce testosterone or the androgen. Hope this is clear. In next class we will start with the process oogenesis. So we have completed spermatogenesis, hormones affecting spermatogenesis, as well as the male sex cell which is formed after spermatogenesis, that is the sperm cell. Thank you for watching. Do recommend with your friends.